Jai Shri Radhe and welcome. Shri Kalki Purana, Chapter 3. Lord Kalki receives benedictions from Lord Shiva and Parvati. Text 1. Suta uvacha tato vastum guru kule yantam kalkim nirikya saha mahendra dishtito ramaha Shamaniya ashramam prabhuhu. Suta Goswami said, thereafter Lord Kalki went to live at the Gurukula. Upon seeing him approach, the greatly powerful Parashurama, who lives at Mount Mahendra, took him to his ashram. 2. Lord Parashurama said, my dear child, I will act as your teacher, so you may treat me as your acharya. I am the son of the greatly powerful sage Jamadagni, and thus I belong to the Bhrigu dynasty. 3-4. I am well versed in the 4 Vedas, the literature dealing with grammar, and the 6 branches of the Vedas. I am very expert in the art of shooting arrows. Previously, I made the entire earth devoid of kshatriyas, and then gave the southern portion of the country to the Brahmanas. Thereafter, I went to Mount Mahendra to perform austerities. O son of a Brahmana, you may stay here and study whatever scripture you like. 5. Suta Goswami said, upon hearing these words of Parashurama, Kalki became very pleased and immediately offered his respectful obeisances to him. Thereafter, he began to study the Vedas under the direction of his spiritual master. 6. Kalki mastered the 64 arts under the tutelage of the son of Jamadagni. He also learned the Vedas, the branches of the Vedas, the Dhanurveda, and the other departments of knowledge. Thereafter, he folded his hand and spoke to his guru as follows. Lord Kalki said, O my lord, please tell me what kind of dakshina I should give you, and that you will be pleased, and I will thus be able to achieve complete perfection in life. 8. Parashurama said, O great soul, long ago Brahma prayed to Lord Vishnu, the shelter of all living entities and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to destroy the influence of Kali. I understand that you are the same Supreme Personality appearing in the village of Shambala. 9. You have learned the art of discharging arrows from me. You will imbibe transcendental knowledge from Shukadev Goswami, and you will be awarded a powerful weapon by Lord Shiva. Thereafter, you will marry a woman named Padma from the island of Simhala. Your mission is to re-establish Sanatan Dharma. 10. Thereafter, you will set out to conquer the entire world, and in the course of that conquest, you will defeat many sinful kings who are representatives of Kali. You will also annihilate many followers of Buddhism, and finally, you will entrust the responsibility of ruling the world to Devadatta and Maru. 11. I am fully satisfied just to know that you will perform these pastimes, and so there is no need of any other doctrine. When the principles of religions are re-established, then people will perform sacrifice, give charity, and undergo austerities without impediment. 12. After hearing these words from Parashurama and offering him obeisance 3 times, Lord Kalki, the master of the demigods, approached Lord Mahadev and began to offer him prayers. 13. After offering his respectful obeisances to Lord Shiva, who is very easily pleased, and worshipping him with devotion, Lord Kalki began to speak, keeping his mind fully under control. 14. Lord Kalki said, O Lord Shankara, you are the oldest of all, the husband of Gauri, the Lord of the universe, the only protector of the living entities and the shelter of everyone. Your neck is decorated with the serpent Vasuki. You have 3 eyes and 5 heads. You are always absorbed in transcendental ecstasies, and you award liberation to your devotees. I offer my obeisances unto you. 15. You are the Lord of mystic yoga and the destroyer of lusty desires. Your form is fearful to behold. Your head is always wet with the water of Ganges. The matted hair on your head looks most enchanting. Your forehead is decorated with a mark of the half moon, and you are the personification of Mahakala. I offer my obeisance unto you. 16-17. You frequent crematoriums in the company of ghosts and hobgoblins, and you carry a trident and other weapons in your hand. At the time of annihilation, the entire creation is burned to ashes by the blazing fire emanating from your anger. The conditioned souls are born in this world under the influence of false ego, and their bodies are made of the 5 gross material elements. You are the Lord of the mode of ignorance, and thus you are one of the directors of the material universe. Although you are involved in universal affairs, you always remain aloof from material association. As you remain absorbed in transcendental ecstasy, I offer my obeisances unto you. 18. I worship Lord Shiva, the protector of the universe and the super soul of all living entities. He is always victorious, being a qualitative incarnation of Lord Vishnu, as he delivers saintly persons by protecting the principles of religion. He is the personification of transcendental sound, a savior of divine qualities, and the possessor of great intelligence. 19. By your order the wind blows, fire burns, and the sun distributes heat and light, and the moon, planets, and stars illuminate the sky. I offer my obeisance unto you. 20. By your order the earth sustains all moving and non-moving entities. Indra showers rain. The time factor divides the duties of everyone, and Mount Sumeru, which is the shelter of the universe, remains fixed at the center. I offer my humble obeisance to the universal form of Lord Shiva. 21. After hearing these prayers, Lord Shiva, being omniscient, appeared before Lord Kalki with Parvati and spoke to him while smiling grandly. 22. Lord Shiva caressied the entire body of Lord Kalki with his hands and then said, O foremost of all beings, please ask from me the benediction you desire. 23. Anyone on this earth who faithfully hears the glorious prayers that you have offered me will achieve all kinds of perfections, both in this life and in the next. 24. If a student recites these prayers, his education will become fruitful. If a pious person recites these prayers, he will attain pious merit. And if a sense enjoyer recites these prayers, he will enjoy all kinds of sense gratification. Anyone who recites or hears these prayers will have all his desires fulfilled. 25. This horse was manifest from Garuda, and it can go anywhere at will and assume many different forms. Here also is a parrot that knows everything, past, present, and future. I would like to offer you both the horse and the parrot, and so please accept them. 26. By the influence of the horse and parrot, the people of the world will know you as a learned scholar of all scriptures, who is a master of the art of releasing arrows, and thus the conqueror of all. 27. I will also like to present you this sharp, strong sword, and so please accept it. The handle of this sword is decked with jewels, and it is extremely powerful. As such, this sword will help you to reduce the heavy burden on the earth. 28. After hearing all this, Lord Kalki offered his obeisance and then depart from the village of Shambala, riding on the back of the horse given by Lord Shiva. 29. Upon arriving home, Lord Kalki offered his respectful obeisance to his father, mother, and brothers. He then narrated whatever had happened and told them about the orders of his guru, Parashurama. 30. The unlimitedly powerful Lord Kalki also described the benedictions he had received from Mahadev. Thereafter, the Lord happily met the other Brahmanas of the village and also informed them of all that had transpired. 31. When great personalities such as Gargya, Vargya, and Vishala heard about these pastimes of Lord Kalki, they became extremely pleased. From that time onwards, the inhabitants of Shambala simply absorbed themselves in repeatedly hearing and chanting the glories of Lord Kalki. 32. King Vishakayupa also came to hear these wonderful discussions of Lord Kalki, and thus he became convinced that the Supreme Lord Hari has incarnated in this world to destroy the influence of Kali-yuga. 33. King Visakayupa could see that the people of his capital, Mahismati, including the Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras, had suddenly experienced a change of heart, so that they were now performing sacrifices, giving charity, and undergoing austerities. 34. Due to the influence of the incarnation of the Supreme Lord, the husband of Goddess Lakshmi, everyone in the capital became a follower of religious principles. The king also became pious, so that he maintained his subjects with a pure heart. 35. Those who had been born in sinful families also became inclined to executing religious principles. When the greedy, wretched people who were totally devoid of truthfulness, being servants of Kali, saw this change of heart, they became very unhappy and left the country. Jai Ho! 36. Thereafter, Lord Kalki picked up his brightly shining trident and bow and arrows and set out from his palace, riding upon his victorious horse and wearing his amulet. 37. When the king of that country, Vishakayupa, who was very dear to saintly persons, realized that Lord Kalki, the incarnation of the Supreme Lord Hari, had appeared, he went to see him. 38 and 39. The king saw that just as Indra, the king of heaven, rides on the back of his horse Uchahisrav in the midst of the demigods, and as the moon is surrounded by all the stars, Lord Kalki was seated on the back of his horse, surrounded by many greatly intelligent and powerful personalities, including Sumanta, Gargya, Vargya, and Vishala. 40. As soon as King Vishakayupa saw Lord Kalki, he became stunned in ecstasy, and the hair of his body stood on end. He offered his obeisance to Lord Kalki, so that by his mercy the king became a devotee of the Lord. 41. Lord Kalki lived with King Vishakayupa for some time. In the course of his stay, Lord Kalki briefly described to the king the principles of 4 varnas and 4 ashrams. 42. Lord Kalki said, many pious human beings have become degraded in this age of Kali, but because of my presence, they will all become pious once again. Now I would like that all of you worship me by the performance of a Rajasuya sacrifice and a horse sacrifice. 43. I am the supreme destination of everyone. I am the objective of eternal religious principle, religion, sin, destiny, and the time factor, nature, deeds, and samskaras are my followers. 44. I will install King Devapati of the Chandra dynasty and King Maru of the Surya dynasty upon the throne to rule the world, and after the commencement of Satya Yuga, I will return to my own abode, Vaikuntha. 45. After hearing this, King Vishakayupa offered his respectful obeisance to Lord Kalki, and then further inquired about Vaishnav Dharma from him. Jai Ho, Jai Ho. 46. After hearing the king's inquiries, the Supreme Lord Kalki, who had incarnated to destroy the dynasty of Kali, began to speak very sweetly about the religious principles that are followed by saintly persons, just for the pleasure of his servants. Thus end the translation of the third chapter of Sri Kalki Purana. Sri Kalki Bhagavan ki Jai, Sri Kalki Bhagavan ki Jai, Sri Kalki Bhagavan ki Jai. If you like this reading, please subscribe, give like, and share on your social media. See you in the next episode, chapter 4 of Sri Kalki Purana. Jaya Sri Radeshyam.